Alright, so here we are, trying part 2. Went ahead and cut this all down, very similar to what I did in the previous video. That was okay. I think that was in 6.1. And then 6.2 kind of outlines where the failure was, which was in this particular stage here.
So the main places that got missed. So I came in previously and we indicated along the top here, making sure that we were good and level. Forgot to indicate along this way to make sure that we were parallel with the motion of the table. And so we ended up cutting off center here. Second part was this guy breaks loose. So when I was taking a little bit larger cuts, the pressure of that blade on there pushed that off a little bit. And that's, I outlined that in the postmortem. And the third issue that we had was tailstock with the dead center in here. So right now I've actually got it tightened down. And it pinches down everything here to make sure that this is solid. Otherwise, again, with a deeper cut, it caused this to rotate just a little bit and pushed everything off center. So the first thing I'm going to do is indicate in the four-jaw chuck. Then I'll line up the tailstock. It's got to actually move forward because this piece is actually a little bit shorter. I don't have quite as much sticking out here. So I will get the tailstock inputted, or the dead center lined up, get everything moved up, and then I'll start, we'll actually start indicating this way, making sure that it's parallel. Then we'll make sure it's level. Then we'll spin it a few times to make sure that it's still parallel and level. Then we'll go through and make sure everything's tightened down as much as it can be. Alright, so that is the plan. Alright, so I went ahead and used a magnetic base to attach the indicator to the quill. And didn't really have to do that for here. I could have mounted it down here, but I got to do that for the next step anyway, so that one setup. So the next thing we do, I'm going to go ahead and bring this guy over here really close and get that indicator on there, and we'll bring the indicator right up to 0. Alright. Now, I'm going to go ahead and rotate this guy, and we're going to find the low side and the high side and see how it is. Alright, so we're already going way up. It looks like that's the high side right there. Let's see if we can get any. If you're ever buying chuck keys, be careful which ones you buy. This one wasn't hardened or anything, so
it's just been slowly twisting more and more. Alright, next step I'm going to go ahead and get the center slid forward, or the tailstock slid forward, and put into the center hole. What I want to do actually is I'm going to turn the dial 0 all the way back around this way. So right now it's in a neutral position. It means that there's no pressure on the dial, and it always seems to be about at the 5,000 negative indicator. So we're going to move this in until it's on 0, which is good because that means that there's only about 5 thou worth of pressure on there. So that means as I move this down, I'll keep an eye on it, but as long as we're close, it'll just skip right up onto the next surface without affecting much. So this is where I had problems before. You know, once I realized I was messed up before, I came in here and it just seems a little odd as you're going through. Like I just tapped this all the way over this way, which moved this, but it also moved that there. So now this guy's back on 0, and if I come out here again, let's go ahead and 0 him. That's going to be our setup. I'm going to bring the table up. We're going to do basically the same thing. We'll come up. We'll set this side at 1,000. Or at 0, sorry. And then we're going to slide it all the way down. And that's on 0. All right. Now we're level this way. We're indicated this way. This guy's been tightened. Make sure these guys are tight. I'll bring it around to the side again. Check this way one more time. We do all that off camera though. It's about 1:15 in the morning, so I'm going to call it a night. I'll just leave a note on here for the day crew that it's all set up and ready to go. Just run it.